What's going on, guys? Kevin here. Today I am showing you quite possibly the coolest keyboard I have ever seen. This is the Bastron GLASS Keyboard. Now, not only is this thing super sleek to look at, it's also pretty lightweight and it's got some awesome features as well. Like the fact that this thing is waterproof, which is ridiculously awesome, and if you have the tendency to spill things on your keyboard, you won't have to worry about that anymore. So let's crack open the box and take a look at what's inside. So what I found is that the packaging of this is actually really nice. It has a nice presentation on it. Again, you take this keyboard out and it is just beautiful. It's got a lot going for it. It's designed well, feels well. The finish is really nice, and again, it's pretty nice to hold in the hand. But you know, this is a keyboard, so we're not necessarily going to hold it in the hand. We want to know how it feels and want to know how it types, and we'll get to that in a bit. Now, inside the box, other than the manual, you have this USB cable. This keyboard is not wireless, which is a major downside and something I do not like because I don't have anything wired. But a lot of people do, and they may not be bothered by this, and again, it might be seen as a trade-off because of the design and functionality. So you plug this thing into your USB port and boom, look at that blue light. It is just ridiculously awesome to look at. And as far as setup goes on the keyboard, well, you do have to walk through the keyboard setup assistant either on OS X or on Windows, and you do have to identify the keyboard to the operating system because you can use this either on Windows or OS X. I did have a little bit of trouble identifying the keyboard with the right hand side. You do have to make sure if you're using OS X that you do select the question mark key. But once you get past that point, it is relatively straightforward. You go ahead and click done on the setup and you are ready to use the keyboard. So as you're typing on the keyboard, you will notice that it does get dim. Some people may not like this. I actually didn't care for this too much, but it is there to let you know that it is registering your inputs. So the inevitable question, how does it type? And how does it feel to type? Well, you are typing on glass, so it kind of feels like I'm typing on an iPad, and it kind of makes you miss autocorrect. Now, while that likely doesn't sound appeasing to people who prefer mechanical keyboards or even feedback on their keyboards, this thing does have one benefit to it, which is that it can also function as a trackpad, which I did kind of find appealing, to have a basically all-in-one solution for a keyboard and a trackpad. It does track pretty decently and you can adjust the settings, but a lot of the gestures that are standard on OS X, you do have to configure in the setup assistant. They do not work out of the box, and also you have to configure the settings and gestures for Windows as well. So those are my thoughts on the Bastron GLASS Keyboard. Overall, it is a beautifully designed keyboard, but I do prefer to type on a keyboard that does provide feedback. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Go ahead and click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.